Hello guys, and welcome to another strategic talk through. This time we are in the Z-46 and we're using the Blue Furiora with the Mosquito perk. The Mosquito perk gives you much more concealed torpedoes, but it gives you a 30% faster reload at the drawback of 40% less damage. But nevertheless, the Z-46 recently got buffed with a faster torpedo reload, so we make use of that. And with the Mosquito, the base reload of the 46 now is 38 seconds. The torpedoes only do 9,000 HP damage. But given you have a 38-second reload base, you want to trigger the floodings. This is what this is all about. And together with the legendary mod, if you manage to do 150k damage, you get the reload down to 34 seconds. 8 torpedoes doing 9,000 damage every 34 seconds. That's ridiculous. So you really can spam, let's say, a set of 4 torpedoes every 17 seconds. So you will see in this game how I make use of that, and I will use exactly this against enemy camping battleships, and you will see how I flood them to death. So in the beginning, we started center, we're moving right, and I want to go all wide on this map outside A behind that island. Go inside, there is an enemy radar cruiser, or I think there are even 2. The Belfast 46, and I don't know where he starts, but if I enter the A cap, for sure he will trigger the radar and I will be wiped if I go center. So that's why I'm going behind that island. And let's see who gets detected as soon as we are at the end of the island, and we want to go into the cap. And we are sitting there and we're spotting the first ships. And then again, we trigger our sonar just to make sure, because the enemy is doing the same than me. He knows I'm sitting at this corner. He is starting to torp this corner, so I'm expecting torps any minute. That's why at a certain point I'm starting the radar, the sonar, and you will see it is just in time that I trigger the sonar. And well done. You can see there's a smoke, and you can see the Flandre is going wide and he's going back. So my guess is there's a destroyer with the Flandre, because initially he was going to the right, so you can see the first set of torpedoes coming here. So pretty sure there's a destroyer here. And we're moving a little bit forward. We're staying. I want to get the cap here the last 8-7 seconds, and we keep moving forward. But we're turning the guns to the right side because we're planning to go left where the battleships are. But then again, there are the torpedoes incoming, and I have to avoid them, of course. So that's why we keep going. But we don't want to go too much out because we don't want to be detected by the destroyer. Anyways, we have 4.9 kilometer detection, which should outspot especially the Elbing, which we have against us. But Elbing is very dangerous. If he catches you broadside, you're pretty much dead. If you're nose in, it's not a big threat, but broadside, the AP is really dangerous. So what we're going to do now, you saw there are 2 battleships, and we will discover another Lepanto here, and even a third one behind that island. So everybody's here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a first set of 8 torpedoes to these 2 battleships. Now we're smoking up, we're using our fire, so we want them to make use of the damage control. That's why you see the Lepanto hits the SAP secondaries, but we smoked up and they can't hit us much. Sonar's still running, so we're shooting at the Alabama as long as it's visible. So we're shooting at any battleship visible with fire to make use of their damage con. My first torpedoes hit, and I'm very happy. I get 2 floods already, so damage con is gone on all these ships now. Why do I say I'm lucky? Because with low damage torpedoes, 9,000 hit points, the chances to trigger a flood are pretty low. Usually you get a flood every 3, 4 torpedoes. So the higher the raw damage of the torpedo, the higher the flood chance. If you have 20k damage torpedoes, they have a flood chance, probably my guess from experience, of 80-90%. If you have 25k, you get 100%, but with 9k you get maybe 30%. So now again we are lucky. The Lepanto catches a flood, and now you see on both ships, and even the Alabama, on both ships, the floods are really triggering, and you can see my torpedoes already reloaded. The next set is on the way, and clock is ticking. Another 20 seconds. We have the next set on the way. Really spamming torpedoes is so much fun, and we're trying to find a new target because these battleships are basically gone. So we are going for the Iowa. Unfortunately, the Iowa is going to turn out because my team is heavily shooting these two. But still we're wasting our 2 sets, but doesn't matter. Every 37, 38 seconds, you see we have the epic reload booster already activated. That's 8% improved torpedo reload. That means meanwhile we are around 35 seconds torpedo reload for these 8 torpedoes. And that's crazy. Now we got 5% more damage with every hit. These legendary mods really boost the outcome of the battle. We already scored 130k, 1 ship sunk, but you can see how much we troubled the enemy, and there's some enemies left. And the next incoming is the Flandre. The B-cap could be capped, but you see the cruiser in the B-cap. And we don't know yet what cruiser is that. Is that the Hipper, or is that the Belfast with radar? So we are a little reluctant at the moment to enter the B-cap. We don't want to show the enemy where we are. We still don't know where the enemy Elbing is. The Lightning is spotted in A, so he's probably coming our way. But the Elbing, we don't know where it is. Last seen south of A. But you never know. So we want to get the flooding on the Flandre. That's why we're waiting for the next set to be ready to hit the Flandre. My team's still shooting the Flandre, so we are releasing the next set, and now we're heading in the B-cap. We're seeing the Hipper, so Hipper is no threat in terms of radar. So he has a strong sonar, but we can near him about 5.5 kilometers, something like that. So we can enter the cap, we can show him we are here, he needs to be careful, torps incoming, so we want to scare him off. We want to launch some torpedoes to him, and if he chases us, we just prepare to move out. It's not yet the time to cap A, and also we expect the Lightning coming over from A cap because he was seen heading our direction. We don't know where he's moving, so I expect him to show up behind that big island, in between the small and the big island, or even behind the small island, coming into our back. So that's why I'm moving out, covering that side, and telling my team, I expect this guy to show up somewhere here. And but since nobody shows up, we are staying here, we're smoking up, and we make use of our strong AP against the Belfast. We are outside his radar range now with 9.2, 9.3 kilometer, or even at the edge of his radar range. So even if he fires up the radar, he has a hard time hitting us. And AP is 3,000 per bullet, so we make use of the AP, we reverse, so Belfast sees us with his radar, but he fires the forwarding position, so we're reversing. Now he will fire the reversing position, we move forward again. So meanwhile, his radar is about to be gone, and you see it's gone, so he wasted the radar. And there's a second smoke, so this is obviously the Lightning, and my torpedoes are on a perfect way into that smoke, and the Lightning takes the smokes. Lucky me there. And we have a new target, the Republic. So let's go for the Republic, and let's go into the A cap, into the C cap, because everybody moved to A and B. My team pretty busy keeping them away from their push into A and their position into B. So we need to break the B position here. We need to get down the Hipper, the Belfast, the Republic. That's why I'm heading there. And you see my troops already available once I get around the corner. So again, let's spam torpedoes. And with 90 seconds reloads, I wouldn't release any torpedoes here in this moment because the Republic was reversing, but I want to be ready if he moves forward again. We take a shot or two on the Belfast because he's far out. I don't hit him, but he can't hit me either. If he wastes a shot on me, it's another shot less on my team, so we want to attract some damage here. We are still full health. We just need to be careful for the Elbing. If the Elbing catches us off guard, we are in trouble. But besides that, everything is fine. We enter the A cap. We go outside this island because Republic is reversing, and as soon as we enter the cap, Republic knows we are there. So he will make sure he finds us and he'll come back. And since I expect this, I will top the gap between the two islands, so the reversing position of the Republic, and you will see what's gonna happen. So here's where we drop the torps and we expect the Republic. And honestly, I didn't expect him to be that close. I was hoping him to be outside my spotting range, but he's coming inside my spotting range too close. So we use the HE, we use the AP to get some damage out, and we also want to show our appearance here, so encourage him to reverse so he gets my torpedoes. And that's it for him. And then we take our time to get the cap here. And you know, caps win the games. My team gets diminished one by one, but we keep carrying the team here. So we get the A cap, and then we have to get into B cap. We have to make the enemy stop getting the cap points. And unfortunately, my team still doesn't get the Belfast down, which is the radar cruiser, which should be priority target. Also, the Lepanto is dead. Still surviving my first torpedo sets and my floodings, so still he's alive, so lucky him. But I need to make my team understand that they have to focus these targets. Unfortunately, the positioning is a bit weird, so there was just one ship north of the ACAP island who just got wiped, so not looking very good. It's a 3 versus 5 at the moment. We are far behind in points. And you probably wouldn't bet much for us. We have the Lepanto here, and but the good thing is they're all quite, let's say, down with HP. So chances are we catch them. So since we need to get down the enemy ships, I'm starting to open fire on the Lepanto. It's pretty risky because of the Lepanto SAP shells are very dangerous if he uses the secondary perks. But we need every shot on the Lepanto to get him down, and I want to encourage him to move forward. And since my team is shooting, every bullet counts, so I add to their shooting and hoping we get the Lepanto down. We don't do any damage with AP, so we go back to HE. We want to get a fire, and we release another torpedo set. We want to get the cap. And unfortunately, meanwhile, because of my shooting, the Elbing, of course, spots me and makes use of that. So there comes the Elbing shots, and you see, whoops, 50% of my health's gone in one salvo. I need to stop shooting. I need to move forward. I need to get the cap here, which is hard to get because he just reset me a few seconds before I got it. Yeah, maybe I should have waited until I had gotten the cap. So now we're losing the points. And unfortunately, the Elbing is protected by the Lepanto wreck. Otherwise, he would have taken a torpedo, and things would have been easier for me later on because I could have entered the cap. Now I'm a little bit scared, but lucky thing for me is that my cruiser is getting the B cap, or at least blocking the B cap. And you see, we are catching up with points, so we now need the Iowa down. And Iowa is sailing straight, and we want to get some torps out, and yeah, we need to get it down, and the team is doing a good job here, focusing the Iowa and the Massachusetts, getting a nice salvo on the broadside Iowa. Iowa realizes too late he's fully broadside to the front guns of my battleship. And incoming torpedoes fire ignitions, and there goes the Iowa. And now we are 507 to 539 points. So we need the B cap, and we need a cap, and we need the Belfast down. So now I'm really pushing in. I want to get my AP going, and my team is focusing the Iowa. I'm releasing some torps, hoping the Belfast might catch some. And I need to get in his radar and my AP range, so I have to take full risk. My team is shooting, and lucky for me, my team is getting the kill shot here. And that brings us into the lead with points. Now I just need to block the A points, so that's why I'm rushing A. But game will be ended before we enter the A cap, and Elbing is too defensive. He's too much scared of my cruiser and battleships. So he doesn't return, and we carry this win over and home. That's it for today's, guys. Thank you for watching, and I hope you got a good impression of the incredible, funny Mosquito perk of the Blue Ferrari, and especially with the Z-46, also with the Z-23 with the recent buff. Try it out if you have the blue. It's really fun, especially if you have a couple of battleships in the game. But also against DDs, you can spam area denials. Hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe, leave your comments. See you out there, and thank you out there. Bye-bye.